It's hard to tell at Eden Park. I think our last 3 overs, I thought India bowled well, and we weren't able to get a big over, but we're still able to get over 100 in that last 10 overs to put pressure on them. But it's always it's hard to gauge. It was a little bit of dew at the end there, which never really been a factor, I don't think, here at Eden Park before. So I'm sure that probably will come into our thinking the game on Sunday.
The year end for Kane, it was one of your more explosive T20 International knocks. Did you feel that way out there?
I think it was it did take you 2 or 3 balls to get the pace of it, but it was a pretty good wicket, and there's a lot of talk about matchups, and a lot of times when you play at Eden Park there's a bit of a wind, where today it was pretty still, and you're able to attack from both ends. And Kane, our openers batted very well and got us off to a good start, and Kane, I think the way he batted and through that middle stage, which can be difficult, batted outstandingly well. But as I said, it's hard to know what a good total is, and obviously with them winning with an over to spare, we were definitely 10-15 short.
Yeah, just when each got that double strike when you guys were in the field, did that sort of feel like that was the moment where the game was up for grabs?
I think there was a few times. I think what they did better with us was we weren't able to lose. We lost a couple of wickets at crucial stages, and weren't able to get the momentum, where I think their new batter came in and rotated the strike well, and we weren't able to get those quick dots and put them under pressure and get their rate over 10 and 11. It stuck at 10. 9.5 for a long time, and that on Eden Park is always, batters always feel pretty comfortable with that.
Do you think that was a result of the new batters coming in batting well, or perhaps you didn't quite hold the new batters as you might have liked?
No, I think probably a bit of both. You got to give credit to. I thought we bowled well and we bowled away our plans, and sometimes you just got to give credit to the way the batters are. I think the thing about 2020, and especially in this series, you're going to have to learn quick, and we're going to adapt to what their bowlers are. We've had a little look at them, and at the same time, their batters. We know they're a class lineup all the way through, and the way we attack them in the next game is going to be crucial, and we're going to learn from that and how we do that, and hopefully we can show that on Sunday.
You mentioned the last 3 overs of your batting innings was a bit difficult. I guess with Boomer, what makes him difficult in these situations to do away compared to some of the other bowlers?
Well, I think he's been a class bowler for a long time, and probably one of the best death bowlers going around. I think slower ball's very potent, and not that the slow ball held, it just gives you enough to be off for a little bit, and then obviously he's got that extra pace too. You've got to adapt to both the slow ball and the quicker ball, and adapt to that. So he showed us a little bit of what to expect, and we need to learn quickly and play them and all the other batters, and their bowlers slightly better.
Had some half chances in the field too that might have made a difference. You could have put a bit of pressure on the top 2 for starting.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes Eden Park's not the easiest ground to field at a time with such low lights. But yeah, the half chances, I think they ran between the wickets fantastically well. Sometimes touring teams can come over here and take them a little bit of time to get used to it. But I think the way that they came last year, I think they learnt from playing on these grounds and adapted a lot quicker than they did last year.
What are your thoughts on the crowd? Was it vocal out there?
I think it's probably an understatement. Every time we play India, whether it's a home game, an away game, or a neutral venue, there's always very well supported, and I'm not quite sure what the numbers were today, but there's probably 20,000, and there's probably 12,000 Indian supporters out there. So I think that answers the question.
Just about, so much for Indian Park. Is this the kind of ground that how many times you play there, you need to adjust every time you come here, or do you ever say that you know how the game will go?
I think you just got to not be predictable with both bat and ball. I think I'm not sure what our extra count is, but sometimes when you come here you can be predictable, either bowl too full or too short. Obviously we know that the short boundaries are very short, but then you can come predictable and just bowl back of a length, and the boundaries aren't that big enough to, obviously slightly bigger, but on a good wicket you can clear them with ease, and so I think both teams did that pretty well. Weren't able to let teams settle, but at the same time, if you slightly miss, it can go. But no, Eden Park definitely adds a new dimension, and what we have learnt in the past is if we have had 2 games in a row, that it does slow up a little bit. So we'll just have to wait and see and adapt. Is there going to be any dew? Who knows? But it's a pretty tight series, and in terms of timing, so we'll just have to pick ourselves up and come along, and hopefully we learn very quickly.
More guys, last one.
Right. What do you think was the difference between both teams? What was the moment when you think the match is wrong?
I think in 2020, even on a small boundary, you give yourself a chance right up to the last time. I thought Sri batted fantastically well, and even Manish, the way he came in at a pressure time. Young players in terms of their international career, but very calm and composed in a pressure situation, and probably made it look easy with some of those 4s and 6s that he hit, but they were pressure times where if he had got out, you're getting some new batter in, and if you give that couple of dot balls to that new batter or get another wicket, then that run rate does get up to 11, and regardless of what ground it is on, that's a pressure situation for a batter, if not an all-rounder in that situation.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.